All right, hey Destiny, I hope you're doing well. So what I did to kind of try and help you is I pulled up a problem on Delta Math, one that you would see something very similar to, and then I'm just going to solve that one for you to kind of see, hopefully that helps. So the deal is, of course, is that this is our problem right here. This side needs to equal 0 in order for you to solve this. And so we have to get that negative 2z squared over to the other side. So I have 18z squared. Sorry, I'm going to back that up a little bit. That got a little crazy. Minus 31z plus 12 equals negative 2z squared. And if this needs to equal 0, this is minus 2z squared. So in order to get rid of that, I need to add that to both sides. And I'm going to add it under with my z squared here. So I have 20z squared minus 31z plus 12 equals 0. So now I can start to solve this. And I use that crazy quadratic formula, right? So we have x equals the opposite of b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. In this instance, 20 is a, negative 31 is b, and 12 is c. So I'm just going to plug this in. And I will have x equals the opposite of b. So the opposite of negative 31 plus or minus the square root of, in parentheses, negative 31 squared minus 4 times 20 times 12, because it's a and c, over 2 times a, which is so 2 times 20. Now, you can simplify this if you want before you do anything else, or you can just go ahead and put it in your calculator, which might be the easiest way to do. And remember that calculator, I sent out a link to to pull something that looks exactly like this calculator right here onto your Chromebook. So hopefully you have that. If not, doing this by hand is a little bit crazy, but we can try that too if you need to. So remember, we hit alpha y equals, that pulls up these options for fractions. I want the first one. And now that I have my fraction, I'm going to just enter in what I need. So negative, remember that's negative, not minus, negative, parentheses, negative 31. And it's super important to have both of those because it will cancel out and end up being a positive 31. Plus, and I remember I have plus and minus here, right? But I can't do those both at the same time. So I have to do like the plus version and the minus version. So this will look like negative 30, or sorry, opposite of negative 31 plus the square root of negative 31 squared minus 4 times 20 times, what was that last number, 12. Okay, over 2 times 20. And before I hit enter, I'm just going to make sure that looks right. So negative 31 plus square root of negative 31 squared minus 4 times 20 times 12 over 2 times 20. Is that what I have here? It certainly is. Okay, so I'm going to hit enter. And I got 4/5. So that's my first answer. So when I did it with plus, I get 4/5. Now I have to do it with minus. Don't redo this entire thing. Remember, hit second, enter. Again, so second, enter, pulls up that same equation. The only thing I need to change is this minus right here needs to change to a plus. Or I'm sorry, the plus needs to change to a minus. So go up to the top of the fraction, arrow all the way over, and right before the square root symbol, change that plus to a minus. Hit enter, and I got 3/4. So when I do the minus version, I get 3/4. So my answers are 4/5 and 3/4. Okay. So then what I do, I go back up here. And what I had already done, so this is what it'll look like normally, okay? Where you only get to put in one answer. And if you need 2 answers, because you have 2 answers to this, you have to go over here to this little plus thing right here next to the keyboard and hit plus, okay? and then probably hit keyboard just so you get your numbers and everything. So my answers are 4/5. So 4 divided by 5 and 3/4. So 3 divided by 4. And it doesn't matter which order you put them in, I would suspect. I mean, I would hope not. So I hit submit answer and it says, are you sure? And you're like, I think so. And you hit yes, and then you get your green check mark and you're like, yay, I did it. So that's how you do that. Just remember, like I said, that the first thing you have to do, and it might be on a lot of these problems, is make sure that you set one side equal to 0 so that you can solve. All right, so hopefully that helped. If not, certainly email me back and we can chat about it. Okay, there's my dog.